Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Now, before we begin, I do want to say that this video will touch on religion, and I do respect the fact that I do have some subscribers that are not religious. I don't force my thoughts or beliefs on anybody. Matter of fact, I do look forward to some comments that do debate my thought process. I even leave insults open in the comment section that are directed towards me. I don't delete any comment. The only time I do take those steps is when somebody insults one of my subscribers, when they take time out of their day to reply to my video, and then someone happens to call them an idiot or stupid. I want everybody to feel free that they can leave an opinion, even if that opinion debates what I'm trying to say. Now, in my previous video that discussed what's been going on these past couple of days overseas that YouTube actually made me delete due to them censoring it, somebody left a comment that made me go, because some people do see what's been going on overseas is very similar to the book of Revelations, the war between Gog and Magog. One can simply say that these two sides have been fighting for decades, and this current fight is just another fight between these two sides, and that this has nothing to do with the Bible. But then you have one side say, this is the worst attack we've ever had, comparing it to September 2001. That this time it is a true declaration of war. So then they struck back, and the other side is facing heavy losses. Unlike the other times where these two countries have came at each other's throats, you now have other key players involved. You have other countries now getting involved. Of course, the United States is now getting involved to defend one side. But not only that, they are calling out Iran, Russia, and China for their involvement with this attack. You have multiple news outlets and media saying that intelligence agencies are aware that Iran provided open training to this one side. Russia is known for its proximity to this one side, and Chinese technology was the key to the attack. So it sounds like we have a real World War III scenario here, with these countries being accused of being involved in this attack. Many modern day Bible researchers do happen to believe that Gog and Magog referenced in the Bible happen to be Russia, China, and possibly Iran. There were those in my comment section that did say that this is prophecy, the book of Revelation, coming to pass. And when you step back and you look at everything going on as a whole, it's not really hard to see that. I talk a lot about Project Bluebeam, the staged alien war, the Great Deception. Me personally, I don't believe in coincidences. Just look at everything that's been going on in 2023 alone. Not only have we been having very destructive weather, more frequent than ever before, but in 2023 alone, we have had the government take the idea of UFOs and aliens very seriously. They had a whole hearing and whistleblowers come out of the woodworks left and right to discuss the possibility of UFOs. These are the actual steps of Project Bluebeam. Serge Monas, who shed light on Project Bluebeam, discussed these actual steps. He said first there will be very abnormal weather patterns, very destructive weather, and then we will have the government be more open about the idea of UFOs and aliens, the planet in our head that UFOs and aliens actually exist. I will actually be talking about Project Bluebeam in its entirety in another video. We have also been having little oddities here and there in 2023 as well, including people seeing odd things on planes that were really making them upset to where the entire plane had to be grounded and everybody had to leave the plane. One of my favorite theories is that these could be crisis actors for this fake staged alien war that will happen. Because when it comes to the woman known as Tiffany Gomas, nobody really had a reaction on that flight to what she was doing. Nobody got up to look to see who she was accusing. Nobody was concerned there could be a real safety issue on this flight. Matter of fact, when she got to the front of the plane and pointed that MFer is not real, nobody really turned around to look. This woman goes missing for weeks. Nobody knows who she is. And then in one lump of time, the media starts releasing photos of her, professional photos, where she's among friends, where she's enjoying herself in different events. They now had a name, they knew where she lived, they even knew how much her home was worth. In one short span of time, they found everything about this woman. When the internet A first for the internet. Nobody could find any information on her, but the media was able to. But it wasn't just Tiffany Gomas. We had similar style of panic on planes in Russia, China, and the United Kingdom, all in 2023. And now, in 2023, the strangest year of all, we have what looks like to be a real possibility of World War III. Now, like I said, this jumpstart to World War III is very similar to the Great War in the book of Revelations. But why would the powers that be want to jumpstart the book of Revelations? Why would a certain president give $8.6 billion to Iran? Because they want people to start turning to religion. They want people to start saying, this is very similar to what happened in the book of Revelations. And I have been noticing more and more comments, and not just my video, in other videos as well, of people saying, this is very scary because this is what was prophesied. So then you may be saying, well, that's good. They're going to have more people turn to religion. Until you understand, it is a one world religion. The government, the world leaders, and the World Economic Forum already have set guidelines for what they want in 2030 under the United Nations website, Agenda 2030. They want world peace. They want this world to be transformed. This website is not them saying, this is what we hope for. This is what we hope will happen by 2030. No, this is them saying, this is what will happen in 2030. You also have to remember that Maui, the land that was set ablaze by fire, also had its own Agenda 2040 website called Hili Mai. So you have to ask yourself, how does the world governments, how do the world leaders plan to bring Agenda 2030 into fruition when there is currently so much hatred, so much death, so much chaos? Well, simple. Just like Ronald Reagan said, we need a common enemy that is outside this world to unite us all together. Because there's no point of us fighting over lands when you have beings that come from other planets, come from outer space, that are going to pretty much destroy the entire world. This fake stage alien war is going to be so bad that it's going to make World War III look like a laughingstock. So why would they want to jumpstart this prophesized war? Because religion is very important in the latter parts of Project Bluebeam. Because what happens next, one of the last few stages, is that there will be a holographic Jesus, a holographic Messiah. The one world government will base their one world religion around this holographic AI Messiah. If you want any hope of survival, you must pledge your undying loyalty to this Messiah and to this one world government and their religion. With the wave of his hand, this AI holographic Messiah will make the aliens disappear. They will go away. With this horrible alien attack over and done with, everybody will show their loving devotion to this AI Jesus. There will be peace for a few years, allowing Agenda 2030 to go into effect. There will be new worldwide policies and laws, and if they are broken, they will be punishable by death. Laws and policies this world has never seen before to make sure Agenda 2030 goes as smoothly as possible. These laws will be ushered in by this AI holographic Messiah, which will be nothing more than the Antichrist. The last stage of Project Bluebeam is to have utter control over humanity, have a tight grip over humanity with these new laws and policies. Like I said, I am making a much larger video on Project Bluebeam, including the many signs that show us that Project Bluebeam is actually being tested or was being tested. I just wanted to make a quick video in reference to the comments that I have been reading. Why would the powers that be want to jumpstart the book of Revelations? That is because religion plays a very vital role to their upcoming project. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.